see Mike out there practicing. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's good at vet day.
Todd, how intense is the competition for the #2 quarterback job at this point?
It's intense. I mean, it's intense at more than just that spot, but everybody's got to make plays. You got to show that you're making progress. You got to show you belong, and it's a new offense, and everybody's got to grasp it.
Todd, what has Cameron Johnson provide for this offense that either kind of adds to what the team already has or brings something a little bit different?
He's very athletic. I think he's very good run after catch. He can return punts and kicks. Again, I'll be able to better evaluate him once we get him pads, but he shows great athleticism right now. He's one you want to keep an eye on, but again, it's early in the stages. Got to see how he performs when the pads come on.
What are your thoughts on how the defense performed today, especially in that 2-minute drill there?
I mean, they did some good things. Obviously, we're working on concentration. I think there were penalties on both sides of the balls that helped drives and negated drives. We're working on finishing and being smart in situational football. I thought it was even tides and flow with the practice today. 2-minute, they did some good things. They didn't yesterday. At the end of the ball game, you know, guys got to make plays, and the offense made a play at the end. So it's been good competition.
You mentioned competition in different position groups as well. Edge rusher room is one that has a lot of competition. What have you seen from them over the first 3 years of training camp?
They work hard and they're all athletic. You know, they work very hard. They're very strong. There's a close-knit group. It's going to be tough in there. It's a lot of guys that can play. A lot of guys getting opportunities to play. So we're going to see how that plans out. But they work extremely hard.
One guy specifically, JTS, entering a contract year. What are you looking to see from him for this season?
Just continue to get better. Obviously, you want to see a couple sack numbers when he finishes, but everything else he does very well. We move him across the line a lot. He's probably our most athletic guy down there that we do a lot of things with. Just continue to get better and understand the defense and take advantage of his opportunities.
You mentioned before that you kind of view him now as a chess piece, but with that in mind, can he also still be a starter opposite Yaya Diaby, even though he is, like you called him, a chess
Oh,
piece?
definitely. Levante's a chess piece. I mean, Winfield's a chess piece. They start as well. So by chess piece, I just mean they can do more than two things, you know. But it is a competition down at outside backer. We expect them to play outside backer, so there's no different there.
Todd, with the wide receivers, after Mike and Godwin, there's a lot of attention with Trey Palmer, McMillan. But what about Sterling Shepard? What have you seen from him out here?
Well, he's coming on. Obviously, he got here late. He's made some plays the last 2 days, still grasping the offense and still learning some things, but he's a true pro. He's here bright and early in the morning. Not too long after I'm here, he gets himself ready. He's got great quickness when healthy. He's a heck of a football player, so it'll be interesting to see how he fits in.
Coach, pretty early in training camp, you had back-to-back days off. Is that something that's different for you? Have you done that before?
We got 1 day off. We try to go 3 on, 1 off. You know, that's usually about the size we try to do where they can get the proper rest and not strain any legs or anything like that. So we try to go 3 on and 1 off, and sometimes it's a little off right there, but they get their legs back and we meet and we do all the other things, but we're trying to make it feasible for the healthiness of the season.
What did you see from the quarterbacks today, especially in the later periods?
I mean, Baker's been great the last 3 days. He's been getting the ball out with a rhythm. He understands what he has to do. He gives it to the playmakers, and he's been in a good groove this early on. Really like that. Trask and and Wolf has made some good throws as well. Still getting the offense down, but I like the mindset of where they are right now. Just got to continue to grow.
Chase Edmonds missed today. I know he sat out yesterday. Is he okay? What's his health status?
Well, he's nicked up right now, so he got to get treatment, got to get rest, and we'll be ready for him when he gets back out there.
A handful of new DBs. I think Javier Thomas has 2 picks in 3 days. Where is he most likely to fit into that secondary?
Still working that over. You know, he's playing nickel, he's playing strong, he's playing free. As the camp days go on, we'll see how that pans out, but it's good that he has a lot of versatility.
You mentioned penalties earlier, and there were a few today. What goes into building the discipline to prevent those, especially from the younger players that come in here?
Well, it's discipline. I mean, it's mental toughness. When you come down in Florida in the heat, the first couple of days of training camp, you're fresh the first day, and then the second day you get through it. The third day, and it gets a little hotter, and you get a little sore, and the mental toughness has to come in. It takes a little bit to get used to, and they're getting acclimated. Understand that, but you got to make them understand this is what we can't have when we can't beat ourselves.
You made some moves on the offensive line this offseason. How is that? How are they looking early? How are they gelling? How are they looking on the field for you guys?
They're smart and they're playing together. As you know, when the pads come on, you'll be able to tell more about the offensive line. All of them look strong and all of them look tough, but we're trying to keep people off the ground right now. But I think right now they're working well together. We're moving some people around in there. When pads come on, and the next week and a half, you really start to see how it'll develop.
With Tyke Smith, you mentioned Tavere Thomas. He's a guy that can play multiple positions. I know he's listed as a safety. You've mentioned it before as a nickel as well. Is it about finding a true home for him, or just allowing him to play multiple positions?
No. All of them have their initial home is safety, but he can play nickel and he can play free as well. Between him, Winfield, Jordan, Tavier, all of them can play all three spots. So that's a plus when you go into game planning. So he's been great. I mean, he's a true vet. He understands the defense. You never see him with MEs. He plays with a calmness and a patience of understanding what people are trying to do to him. And we don't say much about him because he's almost like a vet. He does everything right so much you kind of forget that he's a rookie and he just came in here.
We saw Sabassy Dennis have a pass breakup today. Is there any specific area where you want to see him grow as a linebacker?
Just commanding the defense. Voss is going to be a big part of what we do this year. He's going to play quite a bit, and he learns both backer spots, whether it's KJ's spot or Levante's spot. He understands what to do. He's very instrumental in what we do this year, the packages that we're going to have for him. So he's been a great addition. He's stayed healthy right now, and knock on wood, we got to keep that up. But he's grown as a person. He understands the defense more, and we look to see more from him.
The guy you put in for coverage specifically?
Depending on the game plan, you never know. He can do that, but he can do he can blitz as well, so he's very good at that.
What do you want to see Cody Mount do year 1 to year 2? Where does he need to get better?
The biggest thing for him was strength coming into year 2. He's got some more weight on. He understands he's tough as can be. Now, he's tough as can be. Just continue to grow and understand schemes more. When you come inside and start as a rookie and a lineman, you're going to see pretty much a Pro Bowler every week. He understands that. He keeps his nose down. He's tough. He's gritty. He's got more strength now, so I just look for him to continue to get better.
Pre-draft process, these guys are having to train for things like the 40 and all that stuff. Do you tend to see with offensive linemen a big jump from year 1 to year 2? Because in the off season here, they can just focus on getting stronger and doing specifically what they need to do for the team that they're on.
I'm not really looking for them to run a 40, if that's what you're saying. When they come, they got to get acclimated to whatever the strength system is, and got to see if they have any injuries and any kinks or whether they're flexible or not to work out. But by the tape if they can play football. Everything else is a plus. You got to make sure you find the right guy to fit the right scheme that you want. And Cody has done that, and the guys we brought in have done that. So we just look forward to coaching them and getting them better down the road.
Todd, you ramp it up with pads on Sunday?
Excuse me?
You go to pads on Sunday?
Monday.
Coach, Mike Evans said the other day he can already feel that the team is better. Everything feels better to him than last year. Do you feel that?
I feel like we got better chemistry, and they're closer with each other than last year. Other than that, we still have steps to take to grow to be a better team.
What are some of those steps that you're looking to take?
Again, jumping off sides, understanding the offense and the defense, and execution. It's all going to come down to that.
It's about Coach Cohen's system that has allowed what appears to be, I say appears from an outsider perspective, appears to be a fairly seamless transition to a different offense. What's allowing him and his assistants to, get those guys moving along?
I mean, it's definitely not seamless. We feel like we lost some good coaches, but we feel like we got some good coaches, and the guys have been studying. They do a good job of teaching. They do a good job of going over things and just making sure the communication's open both ways, and it's been a seamless transition that way. But there's a lot more to learn, a lot more to go. We're not game planning or anything. We're just running plays right now. So as it goes on and it gets forward, it's a good start to it. I'm not going to say it's a seamless transition because every day is a learning day.
How much easier does that make your job that the team chemistry is where it is, especially this time of the year?
I'm sorry, say that again.
How much easier does it make your job that the team chemistry is so well together, especially this time of the year?
It doesn't make it easier. It makes it more enjoyable to coach, you know, that everybody's together and everybody's on the same page. And we have a lot of vets to thank for that, keeping us acclimated and everybody on an even keel right now. But it makes it more enjoyable to coach.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka on his way up.